Hi everyone. Today I am back with date number 20 of Diamine's Inkvent Calendar. We're in the final week already. It is right over here. I have no idea what is behind the door. I've been studiously, religiously avoiding spoilers this whole time. The minute I saw anything that threatened to be or looked like it outright was a spoiler, I just scrolled on by as fast as humanly possible on social media. I preface every video by saying, of course, like do whatever you want with your own belongings and money and stuff, but just don't ruin it for other people. If you're doing it on social media, have the common courtesy and decency to hide the name and the swatch and the description of the ink in comments on Facebook or like Reddit or a blog post or something like that. Do the spoiler HTML tag so people, oh, surprise, you had no idea this was going to be a spoiler and that you were supposed to avoid it, but oh well, sucks to be you. Now your surprise is ruined and you're the one having the meltdown because you're actually upset people ruined it. It's not the responsibility and fault of people spoiling it. It's your responsibility to basically just stay off the computer the entire month of December if you don't want anything spoiled because people are just going to spoil it. Who wants to wait for the day of to be surprised anymore? Like seriously, but anyway, let's just open up number 20 and see what color is behind the little door. This is let's see. Oh, and there's like yeah, some of the trees they have little fountain pen nibs up on the top of them. I love seeing like little details of artwork every single day in this calendar. There's just so many fun details. I'm glad I got this, but my main temptation was the black mixed with the white and the gold. That is such a like a gothic look. Let's see. This is purple paper potpourri. Oh, cool. Looks like a lighter, kind of like a lilac-y. This is a standard ink. So this is looks like it's going to be a lighter shade of purple, like lilac, lavender, smoky, dusty purple. That's going to be fun to swatch it out. So let's just, see what the swatch card and the writing sample say. This is going down, as I assumed, a very kind of dusky slash dusty purple. I'm not off the top of my head sure what the difference between dusty and dusky is. This is very, very light. It does kind of resemble the name potpourri. I'm going to assume maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know that much yet. This might be what they call a dry ink. I mean, I know don't really not familiar. I know some brands. I'm totally unscripted. I'm totally sounding like a flake, but I've heard some brands are more known for dry inks than others in certain types of inks, even in brands that generally are not known for dry inks. Some inks tend to be dry and some tend to be wet. Some brands are better known for it, and certain inks, I guess, are kind of like infamous for being dry, is what I was kind of floundering around for. And this looks like it might be a dry ink just because it's not really coming out copiously and it's very light color, but the writing sample might be different. I'm seeing a little bit of some brown undertones, but this definitely, it's not a very like eye-poppingly bright purple color. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I'm not sure I would want a full bottle of this, but the writing sample might tell a slightly different story, but this does very much like resemble like potpourri color. This is going down in that same kind of brownish purple color. I'm not particularly a fan of it, but there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just not my own particular style. Potpourri. Let's see. Potpourri. The just want to make sure I'm not misspelling it. Yeah, that was the spelling I thought it was. It's not really a word most people are regularly spelling unless they, make potpourri. They have like a potpourri business or something. They buy it a lot or just use it a lot in their home. It's subtle. It's kind of muted. I can understand why it might appeal to some people because it's, a so-called more professional shade instead of loud, bright, vibrant neon pink or like hot purple or like neon green or something like that. Maybe, I mean, I don't think I would want a full bottle, but I wouldn't mind writing with it. It's just not the kind of ink I would like voluntarily reach for again and again because it's just much lighter and more subdued purple than I personally like. But it is kind of, I'm getting a little bit more into reds with more brownish undertones instead of like bright, like eye popping in your face type of shades. So, maybe my taste will change if I like start using this a little bit more. We'll see what happens with the longer writing sample. There is the swatch card turned around. I'm not sure why it just started feathering at the bottom when I was writing like 2024 day 20. I don't know if that's like the particulars of the stock of in the swatch card at the bottom made it feather, but I've written close to the bottom at a bunch of the other cards thus far, and it hasn't really feathered like that. And when it wasn't feathering, it was on the complete radical opposite. It was like really, really dry coming out. It seems like it's pretty much almost all dry already, even on the parts of the swatch with the thickest ink. And it's definitely a light, dusky slash dusty kind of purple. Not really sure this is my own style. This is the longer writing sample. As I said, NMSAA, not my style at all. That's an acronym from naming message boards. I don't know if they're like as active as they used to be. I don't really go on them as much as I used to, but that was an acronym I learned from them. NMSAA. It was a very dry flow. Had to keep dipping in. It didn't really go down like very like vibrantly. I mean, other inks in this style that might not be like 100% my style, I at least like appreciated and admired them. There's nothing wrong with this shade. It is kind of a lovely shade, but it's just not the kind of thing I think I would want to get a full bottle of. And I think I like some of the swampier colors better, like the wishing tree and a couple of the other previous ones. But again, it's not. I wouldn't say this is a bad ink. It's a nice ink for other people who like this color, but it's just a little bit on the light for like what I personally like in the purple spectrum. Thank you very much for watching all the way through to the end. I will see you guys again tomorrow for date number 21. That will be my third Inkvent video this month, when I will unfortunately not have any benefit of natural lighting because I don't use my computer on Saturdays until after nightfall for religious reasons. I will only have the benefit of artificial light. So unfortunately, the lighting will be a little bit like not as good as it could be, but hopefully the beauty of the ink will shine through regardless. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.